Aging isn't about slowing down, it's about stepping into your power. Welcome to Don't Let the Old Lady In, the podcast where we challenge outdated beliefs about getting older and embrace wellness, self-love, and confidence. Your host is Lorie Gardner, a registered nurse and nationally board-certified health and wellness coach, and she is your guide on this journey to vibrant, mindful living. Each episode will explore topics that nourish your mind, body, and spirit, and how to navigate health issues in the healthcare system as you age, so you can live with energy, purpose, and joy. Let's get started. Here's your host, Lorie Gardner. Welcome, my beautiful ageless women, and welcome back to Don't Let the Old Lady In. I'm Lorie Gardner, your midlife energy guide, nurse advocate, and woman who absolutely refuses to slow down just because the world expects me to. Today, we're going to talk about something big, a topic that I swear is quietly draining more midlife women than anything else. Trying harder. I know. We were raised on the belief that if something isn't working, you push, you hustle, you grind, you force yourself to just deal with it. But here's the truth. Trying harder is not the path to more energy after 50. It's actually the number one thing that drains it. And if trying harder worked, my friend, you would already be feeling amazing, wouldn't you? So today I'm bringing you a blend of science, spiritual inner work, and real life patterns that I see every day in women I coach. This episode may challenge how you've lived your entire adult life, but it will also set you free. So take a breath with me. Just relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, take some nice deep breaths, and let's begin. Most women in midlife don't suffer from a lack of discipline or effort. They suffer from a lifetime of too much effort. You've been the rock. You're the fixer. You're the over-responsible one. You're the glue that holds everything together. But here's what no one told you. After 50, the body and brain change. Stress hits harder. Hormones shift. Sleep patterns change. Recovery time increases, and your nervous system becomes less forgiving. So while your mind tries to operate like you're 35, your biology is saying, stop pushing and start regulating. So let me break this down a little bit for you using some simple science. Pushing and striving activates adrenaline. It gives you temporary energy for sure, ladies, but it's a false high. Adrenaline spikes cortisol. That hormone keeps you wired, tense, and in an overthinking mode. And that cortisol, we know, that drains the nervous system. It really is a tough one. It leads to feeling tired in the morning, brain fog, irritability, emotional sensitivity, weight gain in the belly, disrupted sleep. We don't want that, right? And then you wake up the next day and think, well, I guess I just need to try harder. Keep on pushing, push. And again, this is the effort loop. Let's call it the effort loop. This loop is why so many midlife women and beyond think that something is wrong with them. Nothing is wrong with you. You're just trapped in a system that was never meant to sustain you after 50. So what is this inner reason women keep pushing? Because the science is one layer, right? But the inner emotional spiritual reason is deeper. Women in midlife were conditioned from childhood, mostly, to be the responsible one, be the helper, be the good girl, be the caretaker, hold everything together, never let anyone down. So even when your body is whispering, slow down, honey, your conditioned identity is screaming, keep going, don't fall behind, don't let people down. Trying harder is not a strategy, ladies. It's a fear response. A fear response. Read that again. Trying harder is not a strategy. It's a fear response. Not wanting to rest is often fear wearing lipstick. How about that? You don't want to rest. It's often because fear is wearing lipstick. Fear of being unproductive. Fear of being seen as weak. Fear of losing relevance. Fear of your own needs. But here's the bold truth. If you really don't want to let that old lady in, we like bold truth here, don't we? Trying harder is often a spiritual avoidance strategy. It distracts you from the deeper work, feeling, healing, and receiving. When women stop pushing, they start hearing themselves again. And that can feel scary, but it is where your true energy comes back, ladies. So where do we get this energy after 50? How do we handle all this? Well, energy isn't created by effort. It's created by regulation of the nervous system. So when you calm your internal world, your biology releases stored energy instead of burning it. We talked about breath work a few podcasts ago. It also comes into play here because breath work, walking, and protein and hydration literally refuel your cells and the mitochondria. Mental clarity. You know what? When we're overthinking, it's tough. But when we decrease that overthinking through these steps, energy returns. And emotional spaciousness, letting go of guilt, perfectionism, and worry frees up massive amounts of energy. But a lot of times this is difficult work, but it's essential work, especially over 50. And if you don't want to let that old lady in. So spiritual grounding, when you connect to purpose and inner wisdom, your energy becomes renewable. It keeps on coming. It keeps on ticking for you. And notice how none of these I just talked about trying harder. Did I? No, it's about going within and honoring the inner wisdom itself and spirit. So here's a new paradigm I'd like you to think about. Energy comes from calm, not hustle. It comes from alignment, not effort. It comes from inner spaciousness, emotional spaciousness, not stress. It comes from surrender, not force or control. So I'm going to give you 5 powerful habits that I believe can increase your energy without pushing. The 3-minute reset rhythm. Every few hours, take a micro pause. We talked about this in the breath podcast a few weeks ago. But it's so important, I'm going to keep repeating it because we have to hear things a lot before we can really integrate them into our lives, right? So inhale for 6 through your nose, mouth closed. Inhale through your nose 6 times. For 6, count of 6, I should say. And then hold it for 4 seconds. And exhale for 8 seconds. Doesn't have to be exact, but you get the picture. Inhale, hold it for a little bit, exhale for a longer period of time. This can actually reset your nervous system and prevent cortisol overload. And then how about the enough for today practice? Ask yourself, what is enough for today? Not perfect, not maximum, just enough. And just commend yourself for the little acts that you got done. Not the big picture, just small steps. This helps if you live in a mindful way, living moment to moment. It's a whole nother podcast, but that really can help. And then 1 daily energy leak removed. So a lot of times it's not that we don't have enough energy, it's that we're leaking it in places that don't need to go. So for this practice, say no to one thing that's draining you, a person, a task, a worry, or an obligation. Each no returns that energy to you. And then when you're under pressure and you're feeling overwhelmed, instead of pushing, put your hand on your heart and take 3 slow breaths. That can rewire the stress response. And then here's some small, fun little, I love these, rituals to stabilize your energy. Get out in the morning light. I'm all about exercise in the morning, but if you just move your body a little bit, even at home, stretching, dancing, whatever, but also get in the morning light early. Have some warm lemon water. Do a little journaling. That's a wonderful practice if you haven't started. Do some stretching, as I said. Have a gratitude. 3 things you're grateful for in the morning and the evening. And try 2 minutes of stillness. Maybe that's you just spend your morning coffee and maybe your dog or not. And be quiet and just breathe. So every woman I've actually coached who went from drained to energized did not do it by trying harder. She did it by shifting her inner world. And because when the internal pressure drops, the energy rises every time. So that's why I just decided starting this year, I needed to get this information out to more people so that they could have tools to do at home, which is why I created the Energy Reset Formula course. So if this episode hit home for you, and if you're realizing that effort has been your energy trap and you're just trying harder and harder, this is exactly what you can get and heal from inside the Energy Reset Formula. That's my mini course. It's really short. And so I hope you check it out because we go deeper into how to regulate your nervous system, rewire your thinking, release guilt, all sorts of good stuff. Check out the show notes if you want a link to find out more. But in the meantime, commit to yourself. You're so important. You're the one that's not going to let the old lady in. Yeah, sometimes we fall off the wagon. We get a chronic disease. We have a traumatic whatever. We can get back up. We can pull back that mantra, don't let the old lady in, and find more tools. I'm here for you. You know you can reach out if you need any more specific one-on-one, but we can all do this. We can do this together. So with that, I want to say that you can have a vibrant, powerful, energized second half of life. It's waiting for you, ladies. Just don't let that old lady in. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Don't Let the Old Lady In. Remember, age is just a number. Your mindset, energy, and passion are what truly define you. If this episode spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend. Subscribe and leave a review so we can continue this journey together. You are strong, vibrant, and unstoppable. Until next time, keep living boldly, loving yourself fully, and most importantly, don't let the old lady in.